Hello, this is Leo Elite doing a review of 521's Minion, which I've been putting off for eons. Now, I've been putting him off for like a month, but now you're finally gonna get to see him. So here he is. That always happens. 100% of the time. His arms fall off too often. Just a sec, and there we go. Here he is. His forearms are like, his forearms fall off too much. And he's even taller than a regular Toa. Let me compare him to a guy that my friend built. Who has an average Nika build, because my friend isn't really into those crazy builds and stuff. But he is pretty good at making guns, you have to admit. Though I don't really know anything about them. See, let's get this. Let's put the camera on top of something for better comparison. See, here we have their side comparison. So he's obviously like a head taller than an average Nika build guy. So he's pretty big even for a side. And so he's pretty big even for like a half-makuta, half-toa thing. But he's not as tall as 521. Of course, it's good. That weird fire guy who has too many yellow and orange colors. He's like 4 or 5 yellow or red or orange colors. He just has too many of them. But yeah, here's 521. So 521 is a tad bit taller. He's not much taller, but as you can see, he's a bit taller. And this guy doesn't have a tail. I'll add one sometime, maybe, but for now, he doesn't have a tail. So it's just 521. So back to the minion guy, who I haven't named yet. And I'm not naming him a number code because that's a little bit redundant. I'm naming him an actual good name. With 521, it was just last minute, and I like that name actually, so yeah. I'm going to start from the ground up. Wow, I wasted like that much time. So, here's all black Procophyte from Von Nebula. And he has Metro shins with these things with shin armor, these Technic things, and then his thigh just has these Technic parts as shin armor. So his legs aren't that. So his legs are kind of custom, but they're not all that much. It's just like something I threw together. So don't comment bad about his legs, because I like them this way. He's supposed to be kind of hunched and kind of weird, and kind of he's supposed to be kind of hunched and awkward. On his back, he has this spiky thing from Von Nebula, and on his shoulders, he has these spiky plates from Stronius. Not Astronius. Stronius was an elite Skrull, so he had a name, but yeah. And Bionicle Star's foot on the front. And now I'm going to take off the Star's foot, and you can see it's just Technic stuff. It's a completely custom torso. And on the bottom, yep, I stole this from Pixel. I noticed how much he sucked, and I used his parts for this. I used a bunch of his parts in this guy. See, like those two, those were from Pixel. And the whole reason I built this guy was so I could incorporate Von Nebula's backplate into minion for 521, and he turned out real well. Now the arms, they're pretty simple actually. They're just these throwbot wings with the Glatorian neck with the hand connecting to it, and then two hand connectors and a bunch of Technic stuff holding it together. And the upper arms, they're actually even simpler. They're just like a 4-stud peg running through there, and then a 1-stud peg connecting at the edge of this Badooby. So yeah. His weapon is also quite simple. Not as simple as and it's but it's more unique than 521's. I'll just crap, his forearm. So again, what's with his forearm? His stupid forearm. But yeah, I'll just have it with the forearm attached to it. No, I'll break off the forearm. Giving it back to the guy. And if you misheard me to say forearm, I said forearm. Forearm. Because I noticed it sounded like I said forearm. But yeah. So here it is. It's just a Metro shoulder plate on a stick. So it's like a mace, but he always holds it like this. Like, here's his forearm, here's his arm, and then like he always holds it backwards, basically, like, and it looks pretty epic. Like, it's a unique way to hold a mace. But yeah, and his arms kind of look like the movie style arms, where they're, because in like the first movie, and I think maybe the second, and third movies, even with the Matoran and the Draga and stuff, their arms looked like this. Really thin on top, like a really thin stick on top. Well, not stick, but still really thin on top, and then this big, boxy, thick thing as a forearm. And so I decided to make that in real life, and here's how it turned out. So this guy actually has more customization to him than 521 does, but his head is just a regular Metro head. See? But only with a Paraka thing. So yeah, that's pretty much him. This is Lee signing off.